The hospital pharmacy at 2 a.m. looks like something out of a crime show. Everything is washed out and harsh under those fluorescent lights. I'm still shaking, still buzzing from the seizure. My temple throbs where I smacked the linoleum. The bruise is already spreading, ugly and purple, and I catch a glimpse of it in the reflection off the plexiglass between me and Mr. Jenkins. He's the night pharmacist. He slides my discharge papers and the prescription across the counter. Keppra. $750. Keppra. I just stare. That number blurs in my vision. My hands won't stop trembling, so I clamp them onto the counter and hope it steadies me. My HSA card should cover it, I manage to say, but my voice sounds far away, like I'm underwater. My dad manages the account. Mr. Jenkins takes the card, swipes it. The card reader beeps once, twice, then lets out that long, flat tone, like a heart monitor flatlining. Declined. Zero balance. That can't be right. I stare at the little screen with my name and that impossible zero. Try again? He does. 3 more times. Same beep, same zero. He says insurance needs prior authorization from the policyholder. He pushes my card back to me and says, "You'll need to contact them directly." The policyholder. My father. I dig my phone out of my pocket. It feels stupidly heavy. The cracked screen reminds me of the floor, the fall, everything tonight that's split or broken or wrong. I step away from the counter, away from the line behind me, and dial. For rings. I count them. This better be important, Lucia. His voice is clipped, annoyed. Not worried. Not even curious why his daughter is calling from a hospital in the middle of the night. Dad. I'm at the pharmacy. They need authorization for my prescription. The Keppra. And my HSA card got declined. Can you approve it? Or transfer some money? Silence. Then that heavy sigh he uses when I've messed up his life again. There's been a routine IRS audit. All the accounts are temporarily frozen. Nothing I can do tonight. My chest feels like it's in a vice. I need this medication. The doctor said it's urgent. I had a seizure, Dad. A bad one. You're always having something, he snaps. I'm handling a financial situation right now. Can't this wait until morning? No, it can't. They said I could have another seizure without it. I need $750. Please. I hear voices and rustling in the background. Then his tone shifts, gets defensive, and I know I've caught him in something. Look, I just secured the 1972 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe Gold Top for Marcus's showcase tomorrow. $15,000. That's an investment. Your medication is a sunk cost. Go home and take a Tylenol. His words hit me harder than the seizure. 15 grand for a guitar, but nothing for the medication that keeps me alive. Dad, I can't just take Tylenol. This isn't a headache. I was unconscious. I bit my tongue. I don't remember anything between smelling rotten eggs and waking up on the floor with paramedics over me. Don't be dramatic. It's just a headache. You've always been dramatic. Suddenly I'm 16 again, sitting in the SAT room, that awful sulfur smell in my nose. I'd raised my hand, said I felt sick. They called my father. He stormed in, furious, accused me of faking, of being lazy, right there in front of everyone. I finished the test in a fog. My scores were trash. He was angrier than ever. I should hang up. I should finally say what I really think. But that old script kicks in, the one I've been reciting since I was a kid. I'm sorry, I hear myself say. I'm sorry for waking you up. Just go home. We'll figure it out in the morning. Click. I stand there staring at my phone, then over at Mr. Jenkins behind the plexiglass. He watches me with something like pity. I shake my head, walk past the line of people waiting for their meds, and push through the automatic doors. The November air slaps me awake, cold, sharp, real. My car sits under a streetlight, looking tiny and dull. I know I shouldn't drive. The discharge papers practically screamed at me not to, but another ambulance bill would finish me off. I get in anyway, grip the wheel with both hands just to keep from shaking apart. And then it hits me, not another seizure, something worse. If I died on that linoleum tonight, my father would have worried about the funeral cost. Not about me. Just the expense of getting rid of his liability daughter. I start the engine. I'm not dying tonight. Not for him. Not because he decided a guitar matters more than my brain. I ease out of the parking lot, crawling through Denver's night, careful on the gas. My hands still tremble on the wheel, but it isn't fear anymore. It's anger, burning and tight. 3 days. That's how long I've stretched the pills my roommate's loan bought. 3 days of slicing tablets, counting hours, waking up at 4 a.m. to keep the levels steady in my blood, just so I don't crash. Now I'm in Dr. Marcus Hale's waiting room, staring at the intake form on my lap. Previous neurologist visits. I don't fill it in. No clue what to write. Lucia Ramirez? Dr. Hale isn't like the others I've seen. He doesn't hide behind a fake smile or a clipboard. He's older, maybe 60, gray hair, the kind of face that's seen too many lies to waste time pretending. You're non-compliant with your previous treatment plan, he says, eyes on his computer. Not really a question. More of an accusation. I didn't even know I had a treatment plan. He turns the screen toward me. The federal database glows in my face. My name at the top and, underneath, a list that makes my stomach drop. Patient no-show. Dr. Sarah Linden, Neurology, April 2021. Patient no-show. Dr. Robert Chin, Neurology, September 2021. Patient no-show. Denver Medical Center, Neurology Clinic, January 2022. 5 appointments in 4 years, all missed. 5 appointments I never knew about. My parents told me I had anemia, I hear myself say. When I was 14, they said I just needed iron supplements. Dr. Hale scrolls up. There it is, in black and white, dated 10 years ago. Temporal lobe epilepsy. Not anemia. Not drama. Not laziness. Epilepsy. My dad knew. He's known for 10 years. I need you to log into your patient portal, Dr. Hale says. Pull up any records you have from your pediatrician. I try. Username, password. The spinning wheel. Access denied. I try again. Same thing. The 2-factor authentication must have reset, I mumble, but my voice sounds hollow. Let me try the recovery email. Bounce. Address not found. Dr. Hale leans closer, studying me. Try calling the portal helpline. Right now. I call. The robot wants my phone number to verify. I punch it in. I'm sorry, that number is not associated with this account. What number is on file? I ask. It rattles off a number I don't know, but I recognize it anyway. My father's business line. Someone changed your contact information, Dr. Hale says. His jaw tightens. Someone locked you out of your own records. On purpose. My phone rings. Mom's face pops up. I answer, because some part of me still hopes she'll help. Lucia, honey. Her voice is stretched thin, like she's trying to hold everything together. Your father got an alert that someone tried to access the insurance portal. That was me. I need my medical records. Well, you can't just go accessing things without asking. He manages those accounts for a reason. What reason? What possible reason could he have for hiding my diagnosis? Silence. Then, quietly, don't upset your father right before Marcus's big night. He's doing what's best for the family finances. Just be tough. I had a seizure, Mom. I could have died. You're always so dramatic. Your father says you're just stressed about school. I hear him in the background. Is she calling about money again? Her voice drops to a whisper. Honey, I have to go. Just try to understand. This is hard for all of us. She hangs up. I just sit, staring at my dead phone. Dr. Hale is scribbling something, his pen sharp and angry on the pad. 30 days of Keppra, he says. $750. Insurance won't cover it without pre-authorization. Your father controls that. Do you have the money? I think about my bank account. There's $847 left from my TA stipend. Rent's due in 12 days. That's $750. If I buy the pills, I can't pay rent. If I pay rent, I seize. I look down at my backpack. My MacBook's inside. The same one I've used for every architecture project these last 3 years. My drafting tools. The ruler. The templates. Everything for my thesis. I'll figure it out, I say. That afternoon, the pawn shop reeks of old leather and bad luck. The guy behind the counter barely glances up when I dump out my backpack. MacBook Pro, 16-inch, 2 years old. Drafting tools, top of the line. He flips open the laptop, checks the specs, pokes at the tools like they might bite him. $700. I tell him it's worth at least $1,200. He just shrugs. Not to me, it's not. $700. Take it or leave it. I think about the Les Paul Deluxe. 15 grand for a guitar my dad bought while I was shaking in a pharmacy at 2 in the morning. $800 I try. Last offer. He doesn't care. Fine. Cash only. The bills feel dirty in my hand. I drive straight across town to a different pharmacy, someplace they don't recognize me. The pharmacist doesn't ask questions, just takes my money and slides the bottle over. I sit in my car in the parking lot, clutching the pills. My laptop's gone. My drafting tools gone. Everything I need for my degree, traded for 30 days of staying alive. I open the bottle, pop one pill, chase it with lukewarm gas station water. Swallow. My phone buzzes. Text from my dad. Stop harassing your mother. Focus on school. I stare at the screen. Then I shove the pill bottle in my glove compartment, lock it, and grab the steering wheel with both hands. He thinks I'm weak. He thinks I'll snap. But I just traded my future for my brain, and I'd do it again. That's stronger than he'll ever get. While I'm doing all this, Victor's in the Ramirez garage admiring Marcus's new guitar case when he gets an alert. Portal login attempt. Lucia's credentials. Failed. I don't know any of this yet. I'm in my dorm room at 9 a.m., still staring at the locked patient portal, when my phone goes off again. Another text from Dad. Stop acting out or I'll stop tuition payments. You're jealous of Marcus's success. My stomach sinks. I didn't think he'd notice so fast. Didn't think he'd care. Then another text. This behavior is unacceptable. Get help. I set the phone down like it's a bomb. My hands want to shake, but I don't let them. Not anymore. What I don't see is the email he fires off 30 seconds later. It's to Professor Caldwell, my advisor. Subject: Family emergency regarding Lucia Ramirez. Body: Lucia is experiencing a mental health crisis. Please monitor her behavior closely. She's become fixated on perceived family slights. May act erratically. We're concerned for her well-being and academic standing. He's already spinning the story, painting me as unstable before I can tell anyone what he's done. But I've got the paperwork. 3 days of hospital discharge summaries, medication logs, and a diagnosis sheet from Dr. Hale. Temporal lobe epilepsy. Diagnosed at 14. Treatment delayed a decade. I put them all in a manila folder and drive out to Aunt Lena's place. 40 minutes west, brick bungalow in Lakewood. I haven't seen her in 8 years. Dad made sure of that after Grandma's funeral. He always said Lena was bitter about the will. Toxic. We don't spend time with toxic people. I knock. I wait. She opens the door, looks exactly the same, just a little grayer. Dad's jaw, but her eyes are soft. Lucia, she says, and her voice cracks. My God. Look at you. I don't even know what she sees, probably the fading bruise on my temple, the dark circles, the same old coat from Grandma's funeral because I can't afford a new one. I need your help, I say. It's about Dad. She lets me in without a word. Her kitchen table's old, all scratched up. I spread out my papers like evidence. Lena sits across from me, jaw tight as she reads Dr. Hale's notes. He hid your epilepsy diagnosis for 10 years, she says at last, not even asking. Just knowing. And he drained my HSA buying a $15,000 guitar for Marcus. Lena closes her eyes for a second. When she opens them, they're wet. There's something you need to know. She stands, goes to a filing cabinet in the hall, and comes back with a folder way thicker than mine. The Ramirez Family Trust. Your grandmother set it up just for you. Medical needs and education. There should be $150,000 in it. I can't process that. What? I'm listed as backup trustee, she says. Your father's the primary. When Mom died, she wanted to make sure you'd be okay. She knew about your seizures, Lucia. She worried about it, about Victor not handling things right. My vision narrows. Why didn't you ever tell me? I haven't spoken to your father in 8 years. Not since he showed who he really was after Mom's will. He got the house, the cars, everything he could cash out. Mom managed to protect just this one thing for you, and she made me backup trustee. Just in case. She slides the folder across the table to me, but I never had a reason to touch the account. I really thought he'd do the right thing. The trust papers are official, notarized, dated 3 months before Grandma died. I keep staring at my name. Beneficiary, Lucia Sofia Ramirez. Purpose, medical care and school expenses. Can you even get in? My voice sounds weird. Far away. Lena's already opening her laptop. I'll try. Meanwhile, back at the Ramirez house, something else is off. Marcus is supposed to be at school for music theory, but he came home sick. That's what he told Mom anyway. The real reason? He needed his emergency credit card from Dad's office, the one for textbooks. He's walking past the den when Dad's voice stops him. Low and tense. I told you I'll have it by Friday. Marcus's showcase brings in investors. I've got 3 lined up who want to back his first album. That's at least $20,000. Silence. Don't threaten me. I've always paid up before. Marcus freezes. Dad sounds wrong. Like he's cornered. Desperate. And Dad never does desperate. Fine. 15% interest. But I need until Friday. Loan shark. Marcus recognizes that tone from movies, from stories. His stomach twists. He hears a chair scrape and slips back toward the kitchen, quiet as he can. He's barely there when Dad steps out, already dialing again. Marcus's heart pounds. He grabs his phone, opens Venmo, types in Lucia's username. $500. Everything he's saved from his job at Guitar Center. His thumb hovers over the pay button. Give me that. Victor moves faster than he looks. He snatches the phone just as Marcus is about to hit send. The screen still glows with the confirmation. You are going to send her money? Victor's face goes purple. He cancels the payment with a hard jab and shoves the phone in his pocket. You don't send her anything. Ever. Understand? She's my sister. She had a seizure. She's playing you. Dad's voice drops cold and sharp. Lucia's on drugs. Has been for months. That's why she's acting out, making up stories about her health. She's using you because she's jealous of your talent. Always has been. It should sound convincing. Dad always sounds so sure. But Marcus keeps hearing that phone call. The panic. And he remembers Lucia at Thanksgiving 2 years ago, talking about her architecture thesis, her eyes shining for once. Real passion. I want my phone back. When you prove you deserve it. Dad slips it into his pocket. You've got a showcase in 36 hours. Focus on that. At Lena's kitchen table, the trust portal finally loads. Lena's entered her trustee info, done the 2-factor authentication. The page refreshes. Account balance, $2,100. I just stare. Lena looks sick. That can't be right. There should be over $147,000 more. My hands are steady now. Perfectly steady. Show me the transaction history. She clicks. The list comes up. Line after line of withdrawals. Most say specialized educational consulting, all paid to something called Ramirez Solutions LLC. That's a shell company, Lena says. I'd bet my house on it. I pull out my phone. Search Ramirez Solutions LLC. Nothing. No website, no business listing. It's a ghost, just there to bleed my medical fund dry. Look at the dates, I say. Lena leans closer. March 2019. $8,000 withdrawal. I Google Victor Ramirez gambling and find a Reddit thread about a poker tournament in Boulder. Big losses. October 2020. $12,000 withdrawal. Marcus's first professional guitar, the Martin D28. I remember Dad bragging about it. Last month. $15,000 withdrawal. The Gibson Les Paul Deluxe Gold Top. My brain surgery fund. He used my brain surgery fund to pay his gambling debts and buy Marcus's gear. He stole from you. Lena's voice shakes. He stole from his sick daughter to bankroll his favorite. I should feel wrecked. Betrayed. Instead, I feel something sharp and cold settle in my chest. We can sue, Lena says. We have everything: bank records, trust documents, proof you were denied care. I shake my head. He'll ruin my reputation and my education before we ever get to court. He's already started. He's got power I don't. I pause. Yet? Lena studies me. What are you thinking? He thinks I'm just a sick, jealous girl. I need him to keep thinking that. I stack the papers, all neat and squared off. Maybe too neat. My inner architect can't help it. 36 hours until Marcus's big showcase. That's just enough time to turn his ego against him. There's something new on my face. Lena notices it, I can tell. She leans back in her chair, almost grinning. Guess I'm really Gloria's granddaughter. I drive back to campus, my bag heavy with evidence that could ruin my father. But ruining things isn't what architecture's about. Architecture is about building from scraps, making something better out of the mess. That's what I'm supposed to do. 2 days pass. At 3 p.m., they show up while everyone else is still in class. I watch from my window. Victor's Mercedes claims the loading zone like it belongs to him. Carla gets out first, clutching her purse like it's a shield. She's playing the part: navy cardigan, pearls, the whole worried mom act. Before they can even knock, I open the door. Lucia. Victor doesn't wait for an invitation. He marches in and starts scanning the room, probably making a mental list of everything he'll use against me. Carla follows, eyes flitting from my roommate's empty bed to the borrowed laptop to the pill organizer on my nightstand. "Where's your MacBook?" he asks. "Sold it." His jaw tightens. "For drug money. For medication money. There's a difference." He pulls a manila folder out from under his arm and places it on my desk, slow and careful. He's rehearsed this, no doubt about it. "I spoke with your advisor, Dr. Pembroke. Showed her some emails you sent. All this paranoia about family money. Your behavior's been erratic. She agrees you're having a mental health crisis." My stomach drops. "You called my advisor? I'm your father. Of course I'm concerned." He taps the folder. "Selling your laptop. These wild stories about a trust fund. Your mother, and I think you're having a drug-induced psychotic break." Carla steps closer, voice soft like she's comforting a scared child. "Honey, we just want to help you. But you have to admit there's a problem." I really look at her. She actually believes this, or maybe convincing herself is just easier than admitting what Victor's done. "I don't have a drug problem. I have epilepsy. You've both known that for a decade." Victor's face goes cold. "What I know is you're jealous of your brother. You want to ruin his showcase because you can't stand him succeeding." It's so ridiculous I almost laugh, but then I see the emails in his folder, my messages to Aunt Lena, my attempt to check the trust. He's been watching everything. "Stop harassing the family," he says, his voice dropping low. He gets gentle, the way he does before he breaks something. "Or I'll file for an emergency conservatorship. I've got a psychiatrist ready to sign. You'll be in a psych ward by tomorrow." The threat hits hard. He's got the paperwork, the story, the whole worried dad act. Who would anyone believe him or the sick daughter who sold her laptop and started ranting about embezzlement? Carla touches my arm. "Please, sweetheart. Just say you'll get help. We can delay graduation. Take a break. Take a break. Drop out. Disappear while Victor cleans up and Marcus gets his moment. Everyone gets what they want, except me. Something shifts inside me. Not fear. Strategy. I remember what Aunt Lena said. He thinks you're weak. Use that." I make my hands shake, just a little. Let my knees give way and catch myself on the desk. "Dad," my voice breaks. "Dad, I'm sorry." He blinks, surprised. I sink onto the bed, let the tears come. It's easy, everything that's happened in the last week is right there, just waiting. The pharmacy's refusal. The pawn shop. The trust fund's ugly balance. I just have to turn it into something he expects. It was the seizure, I sob. It messed me up. I got confused, paranoid. "I thought you were out to get me, but that's crazy. You're my dad. You wouldn't do that." Carla kneels beside me. "Oh, honey. I made everything up. The trust fund, the invoices. I just wanted someone to blame for being sick." I grab her hand and squeeze. "I didn't mean to cause trouble. Please don't lock me up." Victor crosses his arms, still not sure. "You need professional help, Lucia." "I know," I say. I'll go to counseling. I'll do whatever you want. I look up at him, tears streaking my face. Just don't commit me. Please. I'll leave town. I'll drop out after Marcus's showcase tomorrow. I'll disappear. You'll never have to deal with me again. The words just hang there. Silence. The radiator ticks, someone's music leaks through the hallway. I keep my eyes on the floor and whisper, just keep me on the health insurance. That's it. Please. Carla's face falls apart. She hugs me tight, almost desperate, almost real. Of course you'll stay on our insurance, she says. You're still our daughter. Victor doesn't say anything at first. Just studies me, weighing, thinking, doing his math. I bury my face in Carla's shoulder, let the sobs shake through me. I can feel him calculating. Then, finally, he lets out this long, tired sigh. All right, he says. But you're up by Monday. And if you contact Lena again, or spread any more stories about this family, the deal's off. Got it, I nod, still pressed against Carla's cardigan. Good girl, he says, and actually pats my head. Like I'm some dog that finally learned to sit. Come to the showcase tomorrow. At the Rusty Anchor. Say goodbye to Marcus the right way. Show everyone you're still family. Thank you, I manage. My voice cracks. Thank you, Dad. 20 minutes later, they're gone. Carla makes me promise to eat something. Victor double-checks I'll show up at the Rusty Anchor by 8. I walk them to the parking lot and wave as they drive off. Back in my room, I close the door and lock it. The tears just stop. Like someone flipped a switch. I grab my roommate's laptop. All the files are still there. Trust documents, invoices, the whole timeline. I already uploaded everything to 3 different clouds this morning. Lena has copies. My attorney has copies. The IRS got their package at 9 a.m. My phone's in my hand before I even realize it. He took the bait, I text Lena. Tomorrow at the Rusty Anchor. 8 p.m. Be ready. Her reply pops up right away. 3 words, I'll be there. I set the phone down, stare at my reflection in the window. The girl looking back isn't broken anymore. She looks sharp. Focused. Dangerous. He thinks I'm running away again. That I'll apologize, like always. He has no clue I'm just getting started. Tomorrow night, with all his investors and friends and half the family watching, Victor Ramirez is going to find out what it costs to steal from his sick daughter. He's going to realize the girl he patted on the head has been building a trap for 6 days, and tomorrow at 8, that trap snaps shut. I smile at my reflection. It's not a nice smile. That's my good girl, I whisper, mocking him. Then I open the laptop and start drafting my presentation slides. The next night, the Rusty Anchor smells like beer and nerves. I show up at 7:45, slipping in through the back by the loading dock, while the front is jammed with investors in shiny suits and family friends air-kissing hello. There are more people than I expected. Victor's gone all out. Through a gap in the curtain, I spot him in the VIP section, holding court. The 1972 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe Gold Top sits on display beside him, shining under the lights, $15,000 worth of stolen money, polished up for show. This guitar represents sacrifice, Victor announces to the cluster of investors. His voice drips with that fake humility that makes me want to scream. A real investment in real talent. Carla sits next to him in a cream dress, her smile frozen in place. The consummate supportive wife. Laughing on cue, touching his arm, playing her part. I check my phone. The files are all uploaded. Lena confirmed the IRS and probate court got everything at 9. By 3 this afternoon, his accounts were frozen. He doesn't know it yet. On stage, Marcus runs through his sound check, nervous, glancing at the VIPs for approval. Watching him makes my chest ache. He has no idea what's about to hit. A tech fiddles with the projector aimed at the big screen behind the drums. Perfect. I walk over, phone in hand. Hey, I'm with the family. Mind if I queue up some photos for between sets? Dad wanted a slideshow. The tech barely looks at me, just waves me toward the connection panel. Sure. Input 3. Here. He tosses me a wireless clicker. It's paired. Thanks. My hands don't even shake as I connect my phone and hide it behind the mixing board. The screen flickers, showing the venue's logo. I keep the files minimized, gripping the remote like a knife. Marcus finishes warming up, sets the borrowed guitar down, then picks up the Les Paul. You can see the weight of it change him. He stands up straighter, clutching it. It's 8 p.m. I walk out onto the stage. Marcus spots me. His eyes go wide, confusion written all over his face. I grab the microphone before anyone can react. The room barely notices at first. People keep talking. Someone laughs. A glass clinks somewhere. I click the remote. The screen lights up behind me. Ramirez Family Trust. Balance, $150,000. Date, January 2015. The chatter starts to fade. People look up. Ramirez Family Trust. Balance, $2,100. Date, October 2024. Now they're listening. You didn't buy that guitar with hard work, Dad. My voice is calm, steady, almost like I'm giving an architecture pitch. You bought it with my brain surgery fund. Over $147,000 stolen from Grandma's trust, drained over a decade. Click. Next slide. Invoices, one after another, paid to Victor's fake company, all labeled Specialized Educational Consulting. The dates match up perfectly with his gambling losses. I'd highlighted them in red. $15,000 of that vanished straight into this guitar. Victor bolts up, his chair scraping the floor. His face turns from tan to purple in seconds. Veins bulge on his neck. He storms the stage, exactly what I expected. What I needed. You have no right, he shouts. I'm the trustee. I choose where the money goes. Good. Keep going. I invested in the asset, he says, jabbing at Marcus, at the guitar. Marcus. You're a liability, Lucia. You're a sick money pit who would have wasted it on pills. The room goes dead silent. Phones go up recording. I can see the red dots. All of them catching this. His own words, in front of investors, family, friends, everyone. He's done. Marcus stands there, frozen, gripping that $15,000 guitar. His face has drained of color. He looks at Victor like he's seeing him for the first time. Dad. Marcus's voice cracks. She's your daughter. She's a liability, Victor spits. Literally spits. A sunk cost. I made the right financial decision. Marcus stares at the Les Paul Deluxe in his hands. The lights catch that perfect gold finish. He runs his thumb over the strings, then grips the neck tight. If this is an investment, Marcus says, barely above a whisper, I'm liquidating it. He lifts the guitar up high. For a second, people think he's bluffing. Then he brings it down. The crash explodes through the room. Wood splinters. The neck splits but holds. Electronics scatter across the stage. Strings snap, pinging through the silence. Marcus lifts what's left, smashes it again. And again. Don't. Smash. Ever. Smash. Use her life. Smash. To buy my fame. The last hit splits the body in two. Marcus stands there, breathing hard, hands bleeding from the wrecked strings, tears streaming down his face. The whole room freezes. I step forward, still holding the mic. My voice is steady. I didn't just make a slideshow, Dad. Aunt Lena sent everything to the IRS this morning in probate court. Your assets were frozen at 3 p.m. That audit you lied about? It's happening. Carla's face changes. Her frozen smile cracks. What? Her voice barely registers. Try your credit card, I tell her. Check any account. They're all locked, pending investigation. She fumbles for her phone. I watch her try to log in, watch her face go pale as the holds show up. Victor? Her voice pitches up, frantic. Victor, what did you do? But Victor just stares at the shattered guitar, at the investors edging for the exit, at his son standing in the ruins of his asset. Someone in the crowd speaks out. I want my name off this venture. Another voice. My attorney will be in contact. People start leaving. First one by one, then in small groups. The VIP section empties. Family friends remember appointments. Relatives suddenly need to be somewhere else. 5 minutes pass and half the room is gone. Victor stands alone, surrounded by what's left of his story, his investment, his golden boy, the whole perfect image wrecked. The guitar lies in pieces at his feet. Marcus sets down the broken neck, almost gentle with it. He walks past Victor without looking at him, steps off the stage, and stands next to me. "I'm sorry," he whispers. "I didn't know." "I know." I squeeze his shoulder. "You do now." Victor finally says something, voice raw. "You've destroyed this family." "No, Dad." I look him in the eye. "I survived it." Morning light fills my new apartment. It's warmer than anything I ever felt in that dorm room. 6 months. That's how long it's been since the showcase. Since Marcus smashed a $15,000 guitar just to prove I mattered more than a pile of wood and strings. Unit 4B isn't fancy Craigslist furniture, thrift store lamp, a few plants I still can't believe are alive. But it's mine. It's 8. I'm at the kitchen counter, staring at my pill organizer. Tuesday. I flip it open, dump a single Keppra into my palm, wash it down with coffee. No trembling. No panic. Just the new routine. 6 months without a seizure. Then the mail. State seal on the envelope. My driver's license, reinstated. The photo's awful, but I'm grinning anyway. I run my thumb over the plastic and something inside me cracks open. Not pain. Something like hope. My phone buzzes. Mom. I just watch it ring until voicemail picks up. Her voice, thin and pleading. "Lucia. Please. The bank's taking the house. Your father's accounts are still frozen. We'll be homeless. You have to help." Family helps family. The old me would have dropped everything. Would have bailed them out again, even after they let me waste away. Not this time. I open my texts. "You sold me out for that house 10 years ago. You had my medicine and threw it away. I'm not saving you now. Send." I block the number before she can answer. No hesitation. No guilt. Just a line I won't let them cross again. The trust fund finally cleared probate 2 months back. Turns out Victor hid money in another account. The court sold off his Mercedes and the studio gear. Because the trust counted as a preferred creditor, I got paid before the banks took the house. After the lawyers, I had $89,000. Lena helped me set it up, just like Grandma wanted. Tuitions covered. Medical bills handled. Even splurged on a MacBook Pro for my thesis. Dr. Hale, my last appointment, watched me carefully. "You're managing this beautifully," he said. "Not just getting by, managing." These days, I see Lena every Sunday for brunch. Therapy on Wednesdays. Still working through what it means when your parents pick a house over you. Someone knocks. 3 quick raps. Marcus. He stands there with his guitar case in one hand and a backpack slung over his shoulder. He's 20 now, juggling 2 part-time jobs and classes at community college. "Brought lunch," he says, waving a sandwich bag, then pulls out a folded $50 bill. "And this." "Marcus." "No. It's my monthly payment. Pawn shop debt." "I told you that's done. And I told you I'm paying you back anyway." He pushes past me, drops the 50 on the counter. "You sold your laptop so you could live," he says. We eat at the coffee table. He talks about his music theory professor, the open mic he played last week. His voice sounds lighter now, like he's finally let go of being the golden child. After lunch, he pulls out his guitar and plays something soft, sweet, and simple. I go back to my drafting table, sketching elevations for my thesis. Afternoon sun spills across the floor between us. Just 2 siblings in a small apartment, both finally free. When he leaves at 5, I watch him make his way to the bus stop, guitar case bumping against his back. My driver's license catches my eye, stuck to the fridge with a little house magnet. I grab my journal and write. "I used to think love meant sacrifice. Dad made it a transaction, assets and liabilities. But Marcus taught me love is smashing a guitar when your sister's life is worth more than anything else." I didn't just survive. I won. I close the journal, look around at the plants, the worn-in furniture, the MacBook, the pill organizer. Tuesday's compartment, empty. All of it, mine.